Okay, we will start with understanding what is query parameter. Okay, so parameter is a very common term in almost all the programming language. Well, we know very well with parameter, we can make our program very dynamic, isn't it? The same thing is applicable with Power Query Editor also. If you want to dynamically change your filter condition, for example, in your report, you want to view the specific city's sales performance. Let's say no, you are enabling the filtering condition as Chennai city. For example, in the case of Excel, the Excel you apply the filter, right? I just show you what is filter, right? 1 second, I'll just show you something here. Means 3 data. I don't know what is this. So this is your data set, okay? And for example, this is your, let's assume this is your data set, okay? Enable editing. And you want to see a specific, you want to apply a filter. How do you apply this? For example, you go to the consultation name, you click on the drop down here in the Excel, you unclear it, and I want to apply filter only for the health. If I apply this, what will happen? It will show only the consultation name health related data, right? So the same thing. But if you apply the filter like that, what will happen? Whenever the user opens that Excel, they'll be able to see only the health related data in the Excel, right? And they can see only the consultation name is health only, right? And so whenever you open this report, it should dynamically ask whether you want to see the consultation name as health or something else, right? It will show some pop-up and it will prompt you to enter the value. What will happen is based on the needs of your filtering, based on your filtering needs, you can, right, you can view the data, right? If it prompts you to enter the filter name, consultation name, please enter the consultation name. If you can put health or something else, right, based on the item that you type it, it will go and apply the filter in your Excel sheet. But this is the static way of doing it. I just manually went here and I unselected everything. I selected only health. Now it applied the filter on the health, right? Same way how we can do it in Power Query Editor. So that is possible. If you go to the data set here, to the data view, and here you can see, for example, sales W04 or sales fact. And if you select the location key column, next to that you have 3 dots here. If you click on it, and let's wait for some time, it has to populate the data. Yes. So next to the 3 dots, other, click on it. You can unselect it, and then if you want to view only the, click on the Bangalore, you can view it. So what will happen is if you go to the report canvas, this is what your report canvas. For example, I have created a column chart. This is my report, okay, and in this report page, I have something like this. And here I just say the, so not this one, sorry. And where is that? There is fact. Okay, here I don't have the dim location. Okay, let it be there. Or else customer. Yeah, I will just do one thing. I will just drop the first name from this table and then the corresponding sales for the, how much money spent by each customer. That one will be displayed here. Instead of customer name, you just assume, okay, for example, I just, better I will load the dim location also so that you can understand clearly. So I don't know why it takes this much of time. It's such a small file. Now you understood, right? It takes a lot of time if the volume of the data is very high. Hence, loading and deleting a table and all, you need to be very careful in the Power BI desktop. Mistakenly, if you delete a table in your Power BI desktop, again you need to reload it. Reloading will take longer time. I just select the sheet one here. I need to hit load. I just minimize this. We will go up and see. Ideally, while loading the data itself, they can ask, some question, right? Or in the preview window itself, they should prompt us to, do the promote the, see here, column one, column two is there. You need to go here and you need to waste time. If this table has, let's assume that if that has 20 million records, to open the Power Query editor will take longer time, right? I just click on the sheet one is nothing but our location and click on the transform ribbon and use first row as address. And here dim location. Okay, the reason why I made that point was in the preview window, it shows only subset of the data, right? While showing the subset of data itself, if you have asked some question like you want to promote the first row as a column header, if you click on yes, that also, and if you click on load, so it will show like this. Otherwise, whatever 25 million records, it shows only the sample data. And again, you need to open the Power Query editor. Okay, close and apply. It is literally deteriorating our productivity. I just apply changes. Now I'm going to select this visual. And here I'm going to remove the first name. Instead, I drop the location name directly here. So one text column, which is nothing but the location name, one numeric column is sales amount. Okay. Now you can see the Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad, everything. For example, you developed this report and you wanted to share it to your man, two different, and all the, how many locations are 3, 6, 7 cities are there? 7 different city manager you want to share the report, right? So whenever they open the report, it should prompt them to enter the city name. Okay. When it prompts something like this, look here. And here edit parameter is not there. So when it prompts them, the city which they want to view the performance, and if they type the specific city name, it should show only the Chennai. For example, you want to see Hyderabad sales, and right, you just type the Hyderabad thing. The query will get changed dynamically behind the scene. It will go and apply the filter only for the Hyderabad city. You remember the Excel sheet I have shown, right? Manually we apply the filter by excluding all the irrelevant values, right? And but here also the same thing you can do it. Look here, we can go here, the location key, you just click on it. And here you are able to see everything. For example, I just want to apply a filter only in Hyderabad. And if I hit OK, now only Hyderabad related data it shows. And for Hyderabad manager, I can filter it, I can send it in. Okay, for Chennai manager, I can filter and I can send it. But that is, but there are some requirements, something like, a CEO wants to view the report. Okay, and you should be able to see all the things. Or, the VP sales. He's the one handling three cities. He's the one responsible 3 cities. Okay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune. Just think that way. Okay. In that case, you should be able to see only those three locations data. Okay. You should be allowed to view those three records. So here the same report, instead of creating seven different reports for seven different locations or cities, use a single report. Here itself, you enable the dynamic filtering option so that whenever the user opens the report, it should ask them, hey, enter the city name. When they enter Hyderabad, it should show only the Hyderabad. The filter should get applied automatically here, dynamically, okay? Hyderabad filter should apply here, and then it should show only the Hyderabad data. And Bangalore, it's a Bangalore manager, when he opens the report, it should prompt him, please enter the city name. Okay, only when he enters the city name, he should be able to view the report, okay, this report. So when he enter the name as BLR or Bangalore, it will display the, it will apply the filter for the Bangalore city. See here, single report, with a single report, multiple location users can apply the filters dynamically using the parameter. That is one of the key advantages of using query parameter. See, those days, what happened? For say, 7 different cities, we create seven different reports, and then we share it to them. And that is redundant job. All you need to just create one report and publish it in cloud. So when they open the report, it will prompt them, hey, enter the city name. Otherwise, I will not allow you to be the report. And when you enter Mumbai or Hyderabad or Pune, that filter will get applied automatically, and it will show only the specific city. For example, you entered Mumbai, only Mumbai data will shown here. So, right, so how can I make it happen that way? So that's where the query parameter comes into picture. I'm going to hit the transform data. You can create a query parameter in the Power Query Editor only. There are 3 different types of query parameters are there. So one is the any, and the second is list of values, and third one is query. Okay. We'll start with explore any, and then we'll proceed with the rest of the 2 different types of parameters. And look here, currently we are in the Power Query Editor, and at the bottom of the left side, right, I just right click on it, new parameter. We have an option here, new parameter, or you can view it in the home ribbon, right? Here itself you can say manage parameter, new parameter. Here also you can click on this one and you can create a new parameter. Okay, I'll just show you here how we can create the report parameter. Sorry, okay. This is my parameter 1. So here what I do is I will say location parameter. Okay. And this is the one I told you there are three types of parameters here, right? So any, list of values, and query. Okay. So here, 1 second. I'll just close this one. So here, the data type for the location, obviously the location is a text data type. You need to specify the data type for this parameter. And here the text will that text. Okay. Data type is text, suggested values. So here we are going to specify the type of the parameter, any value, list of values, query. This is what I have shown in my PowerPoint, any list of values and query, okay? And any value, okay, any value. Here I'm going to say the current value. Let's say the current value, default value is BLR, Bangalore. Yeah, BLR. I'm going to hit OK now. So I have created the parameter, okay? What is my parameter name? Location parameter. This is what my parameter name, location parameter, okay? So how did I do that? So I just clicked on the manage parameter, the drop down, and then I clicked on new parameter. When I clicked on the new parameter, it opened something like this. Here I have given some meaningful name, location, because I know very well the reporting requirement is, let's say all the manager told you very clearly. So whenever I open the report, it should prompt me to enter the city name or the location name. Hence, you are giving the meaningful name as location parameter. The default name for the parameter is parameter 1, okay? But for me to understand, so you can create n number of parameters. For you to understand why I create this parameter, we are giving some meaningful name. Got it? And the data type of this parameter. And then what type of query parameter? This is any value. It should accept any value. That is what the any value option tells us. The current value is Bangalore. You can specify whatever the current value you wanted. I just hit OK. Once I hit OK, you'll see manage parameter. Supposing let's say, after creating the parameter, you made a mistake. You want to make some changes. Click on the manage parameter. It will take you back again here. Okay. Instead of Bangalore, you can give some other city. Okay. So once you create a parameter, on the left side, you will find the parameter which you created it. And then on the right side, you will find something like this one, manage parameter, current value, whatever you mentioned it. Yeah, current value you have to specify it, Soundarya. Okay, that is mandatory. Okay. Now I created the parameter, I have to use it, right? It's something like I bought a bike, but I'm not at all using it. You have to use it, right? So where can I use it? You can use it in any data set. So what we do is we'll go to the sales fact table, because in this only we have the location keys available. The location key, the drop down, right? In this column, we can see a drop down here. Click on the drop down and wait for some time. I think it is loading it. Okay, in the location key, drop down, right? If you click on it, instead of selecting the specific country, right? You have something called text filters. And if you keep the cursor here, the text filter, on the right side, you will find this is called contextual menu. Okay. This is something like a menu, and this is another menu, right? Near what to do is equals. Click on the equals. Here we can see the key pros where location key equals, one second. So here the location key, okay? The location key equals Chennai or Bangalore, you need to specify it here, right? So what you do is, if you click on the drop down, it will ask, if you select any city here, it will not be dynamic, right? It will become static. Your report will become static. It will show only the Bangalore related sales. If you select Chennai, Chennai related sales, right? I should prompt the user to enter the city which they wanted to view the report. Okay. How do I make it dynamic? So for that, next to the ABC or the drop down, you click on it. Click on the parameter. So this is the one we created, right? Since we have only one parameter, by default, it is showing this parameter. Okay. So we don't see any other parameter. Yes. So what this tells us is the location key. Okay, the location key, where the location key equals to the location parameter, based on which you apply the filter. For example, if I share the report to someone else, definitely it will, before they open them, it will ask them to enter the city name or location name. When they enter, let's say Pune, that one will get copied here. So location key equals that Pune. The filter will get applied dynamically. Manually, let's say you have 200 reports, 200 locations are there. You think, every day you can open 200 reports and manually go and apply Bangalore, Chennai. That is not possible, right? So instead, what we are doing is we are using something called location parameter. Whatever the value you type it, that one will get copied here. And then based on which the filter will get applied. The report will refresh that specific entry in the city, okay? See, the step one, you need to create a parameter. Step two, you need to use the parameter. So what I did, I have used the parameter in the sales fact table. The location key column, I have, text filter option where I have selected the equals option. And then I selected the new parameter as a location parameter. Okay, parameter as location parameter. Look here, whenever you apply any filter, you can see the filter icon here. So I'm talking about this icon, okay, the filter icon, okay. So other columns, you don't see the filter icon, okay. This is, though it appears very, simple concept or idea, simple point, most of them they make the mistake here. Okay, so here fine, I will tell you the mistake later. Okay, so step one, create the parameter, and then I have used this parameter, the location parameter, in the sales fact tables location key column. How do I know what filter that I apply to the table, or which column that I apply? So by looking at this icon, you can make out quickly, hey, this column I have applied the filter. Okay. How do I clear the filter? That is a different thing. You can click on the drop down clear filter. You can click on it. It will go away. But that is not our, the purpose. We wanted to make our sales fact table data dynamic. For that purpose, we have used the location button. Now I am going to click on the close and apply. Now it got closed. And okay, it will take some time. Look here, if I click on the, look here, what happened? By default, it shows Bangalore. Am I correct? It shows only the Bangalore, the current value. So now I want to test it, whether the parameter is working fine or not. Click on the drop down here. You will find something called edit parameter. This option got enabled now because we have created the parameter. When I click on it, it will ask the user to enter the location name. Here I can type. So this is in this case, I am the report author. Author means, remember it, I am the owner of this report because I am the one creating it. But you are, let's say you are all managers, okay? And you are not an author. You are just a manager. You are a report user, okay? And if I share the report, it will definitely ask you to enter. It will first prompt you to enter this one. Hey, enter the city name. If you type HYD, Hyderabad, that filter will get applied. So that value will get copied to the location parameter. You remember the location parameter, I've used it in the location key column of my sales fact table. This value, Bangalore, will get copied to this one. And based on the value, it gets copied here. The filter will get applied to that city, Bangalore. And for example, if I type Pune, Pun, right? I just hit OK. Can I use location name? Okay, Soundarya's question is, instead of location key, can I use location name? Yes. For that, you need to bring in that location name to your table. So now I just, 1 second. Here, look here, can you see Pune here? Now the it got filtered with Pune data. And if you go to the data view also, can you see Pune? Did I go and click on it manually? No, right? I did not do anything manual here. Okay, because whatever the value that you enter it here, that one will get copied to this parameter, right? And then it goes and checks location key equals Chennai. For example, if I give CHN and hit OK, then click on the apply changes. So what we are understanding, we can use parameters to filter data based on some criteria. So here, look here, Chennai data, right? Chennai data, we can see that Chennai performance. You understood? This is called any. So the user can, so as an author, report author, I have an option called edit parameter here. I can go and edit the values for this one. But when I save this and share it to you, when you open the report, it will, it will first, it will open up some, it will not, allow you to open view the report. First, it will ask you to enter the value. Until you enter the value, for example, if I don't enter anything and if I click OK, it will throw an error, right? It is throwing an error. Look here, so please enter a value, right? When you open the report, if you don't specify anything, you will find, so please enter a value. Until you enter a value, it will not allow you to view the report. If you enter something like HYD Hyderabad and hit OK, based on the value that you entered, it apply the filter dynamically. Now you understood the purpose of parameter. Parameters will make your report more dynamic. Instead of creating 7 different reports for each city, seven different cities, you don't have to create 7 different reports. Create only one report, use the parameter. With the help of the parameter, the parameter will enable the users to enter the value. So once they enter the value for that parameter, it will get copied and then it will apply the filter based on the value that you entered. Okay. So that's pretty much about the parameter. Okay. Now the question is, I can enter any city. Okay. So what is the advantage of this one? Single report. Different users can use the same report. You don't have to create multiple reports or redundant reports. For each city specific reports, you don't have to create it. So the redundant report creation work, that one get reduced, right? Your productivity will be more. Okay, it increases your productivity. How? You don't have to create redundant reports, number one. Number two is, instead of viewing all the city data here, if I take only the subset of the data, the performance will be pretty faster. That is another advantage of using parameter. Okay. Performance, anything, if you use it, the specific city alone, right? Now the question is, the next question is security. Sir, in this case, it can allow me to any location key related information. So anybody can view any city report. I don't want anyone to view all the city related report. Is there any way that we can enable security? Yes, you have something called list of values. That's when the list of values are very much helpful. Okay. So now what I do is I just go to the transform data and I will go to the Power Query Editor by clicking on the transform data. Same steps, guys. First create the parameter and use the parameter in your data set. That's all. Okay. So the parameter which I used, it was location parameter, very well, right? And now what I do is I'm going to modify this parameter. I'm going to click on the manage parameter. Here itself, here what I do is the data type remains same, suggested values. Here I'm going to use list of values this time. The second option, which you see it here, the second type of the query parameter. So here what I do is I can restrict the users to view only the specific cities. Here I just say, yes, you are the VP sales and you are managing Chennai and Hyderabad and Bangalore. Okay, these 3 cities. A specific person is a vice president. He is the one responsible these 3 cities. Okay, I'm going to click on OK, but it will not allow me to create the parameter. But here in specific default value and current value. The default value can be anything. Okay, Chennai or Hyderabad. It's in Hyderabad. And the current values, I'm going to say the current value is Chennai because I have more data there. But you need to enter default value and current value. That's all, guys. So existing parameter itself, I have changed the type of the parameter, list of values. Here I just specify the cities the cities that needs to be displayed in the list of values. Okay. So that if I share this report to him, when you open the report, the same thing, it will ask him to enter the city name, but the list of values will get displayed. In that, he should be able to select any one of the 3 cities. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. I'll just show you now. So in that case, we can enforce the security. Performance is also important. Security is also important. And saving the time, report creation time. Multiple reports will take a lot of time, right? Single report. So now we will test it. Click on the transformer, click on the edit parameters. And here, if I click on, say, look here, next to this is Chennai, right? You have the drop down here. So either you can select Hyderabad or Chennai or Bangalore. Okay, for example, if you select Chennai and if you hit OK, you can play around with only those three cities. So this is how we can enforce the security in one way. Okay. Apart from this, we have row level security. We'll discuss that later point in time. So now can you see guys, Chennai city got displayed here, right? Again, I go and test it one more time, edit parameters. So here instead of Chennai, so here I don't have to key in manually, right? I don't type it manually. It is already available readily. I'm going to select Hyderabad. This time I'm going to hit OK. And this one should show Hyderabad. Can you see Hyderabad? Issues. So this is how you can achieve the security, enforce the security with the list of values. Okay, you can see only these three cities. You should be able to select any one of these cities. Okay, but other cities, first of all, he doesn't have any visibility. He cannot do any. He cannot manually type it. Right, he has to select here. That's all. Okay, this is called your list of values. Okay. And okay, let's say, the company C-level executives, the chief financial officer or chief board directors, they want to view any cities, right? So for that, I'm going to create another type of parameter called query parameters. So in the query parameters, it's a little bit different. See, in the case of parameter creation, we have two steps. Step one, you need to create the parameter, right? You need to create the parameter. Step two, you need to use the parameter, right? In any of your existing data set. But in the case of the third type of parameter, we have something called query parameter. So we need to create a query. Okay, first list of values you created. Second one is that one you can assign in your location parameter. And then the rest of the steps. See, one additional step is you need to create a list of values. All the cities related table. Okay, so what I do is I just go to the sales fact table, and here for you to demonstrate I'm going to clear the filter. Now it shows all the cities, and then here I will sorry what I do is now I'm not going to do anything with the drop down. I keep the cursor somewhere here, right click on it, you will find add as new query. I'll just repeat it one more time. What I did, I just cleared the clear filter. I clicked on it. Now it shows all the cities. Next to the column name here, I right click on it and you will find add as new query. So in this query, I'm going to, we can see all the location name, right? Location key, right? All the locations key. But if you see here, the location keys are duplicated. I don't need that thing. Right click on it. And here I'm going to say remove duplicates. That's all. My query is ready. Okay. So I am going to, rename this one with some meaningful name. Location query. I'll give some meaningful name. Okay. Location query. Yeah, I'll come back to your question, Soundarya. Don't worry. Okay. So I create a location query. Okay. Now what I do is I'm going to reuse the same parameter. Click on the manage parameter. This time I'm going to select another type of parameter called query. Okay. So here it gives me an option like, this one. You need to enter the query here. So this is the query that I already created it. This is the one I'm going to use it here. I just say, hey, use the location query. So this location query contains the unique location name. Okay, there are no duplicates. Unique location name is there. And the current value Hyderabad. I'm going to hit OK now. And I'm going to close and apply. Let's see what happens. So ideally, we should have created three different parameters. With the same parameter, I have demonstrated the three different types of query parameters. Okay, look here. And here I'm going to, okay, I did not use it, right? I made a mistake. First step is, in the case of query parameter, create a query, which means list of values. In our example, the list of values are nothing but all the cities. Okay. Second step is create a parameter. In this case, we have already created the parameter. In this parameter, I have selected the type of parameter as query parameter. Okay, the query parameter. So the suggested is a query. And then I specified the query which I created here, right? The list of values. And so now you need to use it, right? I go to the sales fact table and click on the drop down here. Again, text filters and equals. And here I'm going to select parameter. Same location parameter I'm going to use. Okay. But in this time, this location parameter uses the query. Okay. It displays the list of values. Okay, it has been done, and wait for some time, click on close and apply. And this time I just click on the drop down edit parameters. And here, if you click on the drop down this time, it will show all the list of cities. As a company owner or the CEO or board director, I can choose any country. So it saves time. I don't have to type the each location key manually. This list of this query have all the list of values, right? It helps me to choose what are the city name I wanted. So for example, if I select Mumbai, okay, if I hit OK, it should show Mumbai. So as a company owner, you should be able to view all the reports. What is the advantage of this query? The advantage of this query type of query query parameters, it gives the list of values to the end user like you. Okay, let's say you are the CEO. When I give the report, it will ask you to you can select the list of values. Okay, you can choose whichever city you wanted, and you should have the control on all this. Look here, Mumbai got displayed. Can you see that? Yes. Can I create more than one parameter? This is a question from somebody. No, sorry, not Soundra, Suja. Okay. Can I create more than one? But yes, yes. See, in the real world scenario, you will have multiple parameters. For the sake of simplicity, I have used the same parameter name. Ideally, I should have created three different parameters. Because if I create more than one parameter, you will get confused, right? Because you're all quite new into this. Hence, I have created only one parameter. With that itself, I changed. I have used the different type of parameters. With that, I demonstrated how you can use it. Okay. So from the performance point of view, it will be faster still if you use the query parameter. And also you are enforcing the user to use all the cities or the locations data one at a time, right? They can view it one at a time. So the purpose of allowing the users to select one city at a time will improve the report performance. Okay. Supposing they wanted to view, let's say Mumbai and Bangalore, right? Two different cities. So in that kind of situation, what you can create another parameter. Okay. So you can select Mumbai and another one is Chennai or something like that. Okay. So that it will get apply, both the filter will get applied. That is an assignment for you guys. Okay. If I want to display Mumbai and Chennai, okay, in the case of query parameter, how can I do that? Even the list of values also, you just give it a try. Okay. And so now you understood what is query parameter, right? But the query parameter, step one, first you need to create the list of values with nothing but the query. That query, in the second step, right? You need to create a parameter. That parameter, you need to use that query. And then you need to use a parameter. So that parameter, in our example, I have used it in our location key column. Okay, the location key column. Okay, that's it, guys. So now you understood what is query parameter and what are the different types of query parameters that are available. What are the advantages of this one from the performance point of view, from the security point of view, from the usability point of view. Single report, multiple users can view the same report with their appropriate value which they pass it to the report, right? In this case, the location name. Okay. And you can create, in the real version, you will have multiple parameters will be there. So date will be there, right? Start date, end date. Within this date, in Mumbai, what is the sales, right? But instead of giving multiple parameters, you can probably use a slicer here. Okay, the date slicer you can use it. They can use it there. Okay, but parameter also helpful. You can use a slicer also. The parameter will make the changes dynamically from the source system. Supposing you have the data available in SQL Server, when you select a specific city name, location name or so, from the SQL Server, it will bring in only that specific data here. Hence, the performance will be faster. Let's say in your data set table, SQL Server table, you have 1 billion records are there. You know very well in Hyderabad, recently you started your business. Hardly you have 100,000 records are there. If you enable the user to select only the Hyderabad city, from the SQL Server, only the Hyderabad city data will be sent to your Power BI desktop. Hence, the performance will be pretty faster. Yeah. So let's say, see, our question is, if I select, let's say Chennai, the volume of data is, the point, or 70% of data is there. So in that case, yes, obviously, that's where we use aggregations. Okay, don't use the entire data. Okay, but there are cases, yes, you may have to. But again, we have something called date, right? Using the date column, you apply the filter. Even though you have the Chennai data consumes too much of space in your SQL Server table or too much of volume are there, you can again apply another filter, a date, okay, specific date in Chennai. So you can use create parameters for from date to date, two different parameters. When they open the report, it will different, it will, similar to this, it will appear, for another two parameters, okay, from date to date parameter, okay. You need to enter the date and based on which it will apply the filter, okay. And then within that specific date in Chennai, what the sales. So that is another way of or smarter way of improving the report performance. So usually what we do is we apply the location and then we do we have the date slicer. But the question is, I can use a slicer itself to apply the filter. Why should I use parameter? Very good question. See, if you create a slicer here, that slicer you specify all the location. If the user click on the Mumbai, only Mumbai will get displayed, right? So what is the purpose of using the see, when you do this, what will happen is when you use a slicer and instead of using the parameter, so in this case, the report will contain the entire data, right? So when you apply this, what will happen? It will go and select only the specific location data. It will apply the filter on that. But the query parameter, the advantage is think from the direct query aspect. Okay, think from the direct query aspect. What will happen is the performance will be pretty faster, right? If you open the report at the source system itself, the query will get dynamically changed. So the query parameter value will be, for example, Chennai, okay? And then within the Chennai data, and if you keep the slicer and if you do the filtering, additional filtering, it will be faster, okay? Yeah, the another advantage of, right, using the query parameters, it will change the connection details dynamically. That is also the key difference between using the slicer or filter and the query parameter. Using the query parameter, you can change the location, your file location data dynamically. For example, we have data source settings, right? In the transform data, just above the edit parameters, we have this one. If you click on the data source settings, you can see the table name, append one, Append to, and we have the dim location, right? Dim location and sales fact data set is there. So here you can see the path name here. So here, if you click on the edit permissions, privacy level, and you can public or private or mention everything, you can give it here. What we do is, I just go to the transform data. I'll open the query parameter. I'll just show you. I'll explain you what other scenarios. See, one scenario where we use query parameter, filter the data dynamically at the source system itself. Second, another advantage is you can change the connection details dynamically. For example, if I select the sales fact table, and then here in the applied steps, the first one is source, right? We click on the, so when you click on the source, you can see the source file location, where this file is located. D colon dat one. So in the cloud, most of them, they are using the Linux system. You will not see D colon and all, something like a data, sales fact, something like that. Okay. So the folder name will be, it's not, you ignore this one. Okay. It will be something like that one sales fact, something like that in the Linux system. So with that, you can understand, oh, what is the, where this file is stored and what is the folder name. Okay. But here the folder name, it is there. What I do is I'll just click on the wheel icon next to the source. So what happens is in the real world scenario, once you create the report and right, once you do the unit testing, everything, if the report performs well, and if it passes all your unit test cases, the next step is you tell the QA team. In the case of software development project, you have something called development team. You are part of the development team. Okay. You're the one supposed to develop the reports and perform the ETL data transformation, everything, and then test it. Testing also needs to be done by you, okay, as a developer. All the reports are available in development folder, and then we have some QA folder. Once you are done with testing everything, and if you find any mistakes in your report or any issues, you need to fix it. Once you are done with it, you are informing to the QA team, quality analytics team. Okay. So they are the one quality analysis team. What they do is, once they receive the confirmation from the development team that they developed the code and they complete the unit testing, everything is working fine, then you need to migrate all the code from development team to the QA folder, including the data files. So in that case, QA team, what they do is they use a different file. Maybe the file name is same, but the data that is available in this file is completely different from the developer's data file. Because based on their test data only, they want to test it. So in that case, let's their data, the same file that is available in E drive. So they need to come here and they need to click on browse and then they need to change it to E. You assume that you have developed 200 reports. Each and every report, do you think they can go and manually do it? No, right? So instead, what you do is, instead of specifying the file name directly here in a static way, who give the parameter name. So here in the ABC, click on the drop down, you have some parameter option. Okay. Location parameter will not work. That is not the folder name, right? Folder name, file name into specified. Since we did not create any parameter for the folder path, right? It is not displaying that parameter name. What I do is I click on the cancel here. I'm going to create another parameter. This time, on the left side, I right click on it. You can click on new parameter. You can create here also, for you to understand. Here, what I do is folder path. Folder path parameter. Okay, parameter. This parameter is for folder path. Here, what I do is I just select the text is, this is a text data type, right? The folder name is text. And then data type is, I'm going to say any value. The current value is D colon dat one and sales fact dot xlsx, right? And yeah, so I'm going to, this is current value into specify. I just hit OK. So I have created a parameter, same step, okay? Step one, I need to use it, right? What I do is I just go to my sales fact table. This time I'm going to select the source, click on the wheel icon. Here I'm going to click on the drop. Instead of leaving the static value here, I'm going to select the here. I have already created a location parameter. If you click on the drop down, folder path, you need to use the appropriate parameter, okay? Because here only we specify the path name. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. Now, if I share the report to you guys, when you open the report, it will ask you to enter two different values. For example, I just close and apply it, and then we will go and test it by clicking on the edit parameters, okay? So click on the edit, but this time, look here, it asks you two different. So here what I do is I just say Chennai, and then you can specify the folder name, okay? Let's say the QA data is available in E drive, you can specify the path name. E colon that one. So if they hit OK, it will go. Let me see here. I just show you one example. I just open my folder new file, Space Explorer. And here, let's say in the D drive, you have some QA folder, okay? And here QA folder. This is where your another file is. This is for testing data, okay? But here we don't have the sales fact table. For the sake of, okay, let me just go here, that one. One second. And sales fact file is this is there in our D dat one, right? D drive dat one. And let's assume that the same file is available in QA folder, but this file will have different data. You just think that way. QA team, they use different data. Okay, they don't use our data. Okay. So what will happen is, right, that why they use different data is they want the testing to be done in a very objective manner, not in a subjective manner. Okay. See, as a developer, you can tweak the data to make your report to work well. Okay. But here the QA team, they will use all sorts of data and then they will test it. With my data, let me see whether your report works fine or not. Okay, fine. Let's say in the E drive, so let's say in the D drive, we have something called QA folder, right? So this time I'm going to do this one. Okay. So there are two parameters. This one you know very well already created. This one I created recently, the folder path parameter. Instead of using the default value D colon dat one sales fact, I'm using my QA data. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. Let us see what happens. Click on apply changes and wait for some time. This time it has to go, could not find the QA sales fact or XLX query parameter. 1 second, I'll just cancel it. And this code changes. And then we'll go, I think I put some wrong value here. The query parameter, D colon dat one, right? Okay. Here, I think I need to use the forward slash. That's the problem. I just, again, I'll test it. Click on the edit parameter. Here, I'm going to select, because Chennai, we have more data. I just select Chennai here. And here, what I do is I'll use here, yeah, instead of dat one, I'm going to use QA. Okay. I just hit OK. And we'll wait for some time, apply changes. Write out could not find file D colon QA sales fact. Why it is there, right? QA D colon QA forward slash QA sales fact dot XLX. Oh, okay. So this is there is no okay, could not find file QA sales fact dot XLX. Is this XLSX or Excel file? Yeah, it's XLS, right? See, there is a small mistake. Discard changes. It's not XLSX, it is XLS file. So in our case, listen, if you are using XLX file, you need to put the XLSX file in. So here it's just XLS, right? I'm going to hit OK. Even if you make a small mistake, right? It will throw an error. This time it should work because the XLS file is available, not the XLSX. The XLS is the very older version. Now it is working fine. It goes and picks up the data from my QA folder and then within that data file, it is going to apply the filter, additional filter on the location name city Chennai. Okay. So what happened, Kishant? Installation over, huh? SQL Server installation is over. Yeah, what you do is when you restart it, the laptop, and if it asks you to reinstall it, don't do that. Okay, you just simply ignore it. I think some other problem. Look here, it is working. Everything is working fine now. Yes, and load. And yes, we look here. Still, it has to look here now. It shows Mumbai. Why only Mumbai? Did I use Mumbai? Yeah, Mumbai. Yeah, default I use Mumbai, right? Mumbai data it shows. Okay, so now you understood the other purpose of using query parameter. Like Suja asked earlier, I can apply the filter using the slicer itself. Why query parameter? Now you understood. You can go one step further with query parameter than your slicer. Okay. If you want to change the location, data file location dynamically or your database location. See, in the case of real world scenario, they'll be using data from databases. Okay. You have some QA database. For testing people, separate database. The developer, separate database. Production, you have a separate database. Remember this. The QA database connection detail, they will have to specify it there. Okay, when they specify, it will, you just try the same thing in SQL Server. Okay, create the parameters. Another assignment for you guys. See, I have demonstrated with Excel file, but in the real world scenario, you will be working most of the time with the RDBMS data. Okay, if you join a smaller company, you will not learn anything. Obviously, the volume of the data is less and the salary is also less. If you join with a bigger company, the volume of the data are very huge. Hence, the challenges are very high. That is also the reason why they pay more to you. Okay. So why I told you this one is instead of using the file, Excel file, you can connect to the SQL server. Here, if you click on the edit parameters, instead of folder parameter, it will ask you the database name, everything. Okay. You need to specify it here. Try with that option and let me know, how it works. Okay. In that case, do I need to have only one parameter? Do I need to have more than one parameter? Something like that. Okay. You just give it a try. Okay. Let's see what happens. So now you understood the other scenario when we can use query parameter. The first scenario is to filter the data. We can use query parameter. Second one is to dynamically change the file path, especially during the release management time, which is nothing but moving the report file data from development folder to QA folder to something called UAT folder, user acceptance testing folder. And the UAT, once the UAT is done, right, the end users, they will test it, your report, okay, with their own data. Okay, and then everything goes well, that report file needs to be moved to your production. But the data will be there in your production system. Okay, you need to just move the report file. So, and then the production also initially they will test it. Everything goes well. they will say it is live, the report is live. Okay. So moving the report or the artifacts from one, artifacts are nothing but the report file, data file, and so on. Okay. All the artifacts from one folder to one location to another location, or one environment to another environment. The query parameter plays an important role. Okay. You don't have to. Only thing is the report, the QF people, when they open the report, it will prompt them to enter two different values, right? With that, they can test it. They don't have to go and open each and every report and the source settings, go and change it, right? If they are not technical, you need to train them how to open the report, where to change it. That's a painful thing. Instead, you can give the parameter. When they open the report, it should ask them to enter the folder path and the file name, everything. That's all, guys. Okay. So in that kind of scenario, also it is helpful. What other scenarios we can use it? So other scenarios, you can customize your, what you can do is you can adjust the transformations. Okay, you can adjust the transformation. For example, if you go to the transform data, adjust the transformations. What kind of transformation? For example, in the sales fact table, and okay, if I select location key right here, if I keep the cursor here, right click on it, we are seeing a replace values. Even here also you can use it. When you click on replace values, so generally Excel also we can do control F, right? Of what value you need to find, what values you want to replace it. For example, I want to find out Mumbai, all the Mumbais I want to change it Mumbai. Guys, this is a key column. Don't ever change like this. Just for example sake, I'm showing it. Okay. Anything which you find it key column, don't make any changes. Okay. Let's say this is some city column, and instead of Mumbai, you found a value something like Mum mistakenly. In that kind of time also you can. But here what you do is you can use the parameter. Here also you need to use two parameters for this. One parameter is find, another parameter replace. Okay. So in that case, when the user open, and then you need to without fail, right? Once you create two parameters, you need to use it, right? You can click on the parameter and you can click on the drop down and you can click on select the find parameter and you can click on the parameter. Here go and replace parameter. Okay, you can give whatever name for the parameter. Just for example sake, I'm telling. And then if you hit OK, what will happen is that newly created parameter will get applied here. So when you share the report to the end user, when they open it, it will ask them to enter the location Mumbai. Okay. And then the second option, which folder path you want to use it. D:\dat1 sales w04.csv. Another parameter is find parameter. There, what value you find it. Location, mum, mum. Okay. And then we have another parameter called replace with something. See, in the report and all end user, they are not supposed to change the data. Okay. They're not supposed to open the report. They're not supposed to change the data and all. Okay. To prevent them, right, what we are doing is we are prompting them. And again, they are not technical guys like you. So, right. So when they open it, they'll say, hey, wherever you have Mum, replace it Mumbai. Okay. And then when they hit it, that one will get copied here. Okay. That one will get applied here. You understood? Just give it a try. That one, that is another assignment. Okay. So these are the scenarios where you can use the query parameter. Apart from this, how many of you remember the top 10 rows? Keep top rows. If you click on it. And here also you have the parameter. Okay. So parameter is there. Okay. If you have a parameter, it will get selected here. Number of rows, parameter, you can use it. Okay. And so once you assign a parameter, one second, keep top rows. I'll just select all the columns and then control A. Okay, keep top rows. And if you click on it, and if you click on it, yeah, this parameter will get enabled. Okay, and when you create a parameter, okay. So in that parameter, you can create another parameter. Okay, top n parameter, something like that. So whatever the number of records is specified, that many number of top records will get displayed. Okay. So likewise, you can use a parameter in remove rows and top rows or remove rows remove top rows, right? Here also you can use parameter, okay? You will find parameter, or you can create a new parameter also, okay? So you can use parameters to filter the data, and that's what we have seen it with the different types of parameters. One is any value, and second one is the list of values. Third one is query parameter, and for filtering the data, okay? And the next one is how to change the file path or folder path dynamically. For that scenario also we can use query parameter. And the last one is you can make changes to your transformations, right? You can dynamically apply the or we can customize your data transformation, right? So in that case, when you share the report user, if they want to replace the values existing ones, just give me a second here. Sorry, I'm back. Okay. Somebody was at the door. So yeah, that's how you can use the query parameter. Okay. So I'm done with the query parameter. You have any questions in today's session? And yeah, Kishant, can you confirm it now? Is that still going on? So others can probably drop off. Okay, since you don't have any questions. And except Kishant and others, those of you who are yet to complete the installation, you can wait for it. Okay. Kishant, can you share your screen? I'll make you host. Okay. Kishant, yeah, share your screen. We'll see what is happening. Yeah, that's it, right? Local host. See, now the server name changed, SQL Express 02. Okay, 02. Okay, which means you already created. Okay, now what you do is you take a screenshot, probably, right? And then click on close. Or in a mobile phone, you take a photo and then click on close. This is just for your reference. Okay. The server name is localhost SQL Express 02. Yeah, that's all. Click on close. We are done. You already installed SSM. Click on close. Yeah, click close. And you have done SSMS, right? Installation? Yes. Click on yes. Click on yes. You want to exit? Yes. Now you go to your start button, start menu, and there you type SQL space server. It will display. I think SSMS you already installed it, right? Okay. Yeah, next class, Suja, what we'll do is, this week you leave me, okay, because I thought of starting this session itself because most of them were, requested as they are all traveling from their rural area to the city, right? I cancel it. This weekend we'll continue the rest of the session, okay? Saturday, Sunday, as usual, the 6:30 will start the session, okay? Ishant, I'm not able to see anything in your screen. Did you share your screen? Yeah, now I can see the start menu. Correct. Good. Type here to search is there. No, you can type SQL space server, space server. No, no, space, leave space there. Yeah. SQL space server. I think you are clicking on that one. That's why it is asking you. SQL Server Management Studio is there, right? Yeah. Open. Click on open. On the right side, you can see open. Right side, right side. Yeah. Click on open. I'm sure it will not ask you this time. Okay. I think you clicked on something else. I could see that in your menu SQL Server Profiler, some installation file, .exe file. I think you are clicking on it. That's the reason why it is installing it again. Look here. Oh, SQL Server Profiler. Why it is opening SQL Server Profiler? SQL Server Management Studio, right? No, no, you click on the cross. Sorry, you click on the cross. Click on the cross, boss. I think we have opened the wrong file. Okay, click on the cross again. Go to, yeah, type SQL space server. Even I hurried up. Space server. Management Studio, no? Management Studio, yeah. You click on the Management Studio next to the Management Studio. I think your installation was not correct in the SQL Server. Click on the open. Click on open. Hmm. Now only it opens. I think we opened some other file. This one takes time. Wait for some time. Don't do anything. Okay. If you click on it mistakenly, it'll hang. Hmm. And then the connect, right? Next to the connect, the drop down is there, no? Yeah, wait. Don't do anything. Yeah, wait. Now, super. You click on connect. It shows Vijay Kumar PC. Let's wait for some time. You can give local host instead of Vijay Kumar PC. Okay, anyhow, I think it will work with that. Yeah, it is connecting well here. Good. Now you're all set. Okay. Rest, you watch my video and then you do it. Okay, Kishan? Fine. I'm going to end the session now. We'll circle back this Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Same time, 6:30. Okay. Fine. So, Kishan, good news.